Morning, everybody. Smoking out of there. I can't really see it right now. I should have had my camera rolling sooner. You can kind of see it steaming just a little bit. It's friggin' cold. The cold is back. For how long, I don't know, but the cold is back. It is currently minus 40 Celsius with the wind chill. That's cold. We did have a small crust in the wood-fired water tank. Like literally it was soft crusted ice. You could push it with your finger and it would break. So nothing serious, but started the fire here this morning. That's thawed out already. So got half of my chores done already. Not quite half. I got the bulls and 6 cull cows there, or bred cows that we're gonna ship. They cleaned up on their second hay bale pretty darn good yesterday, so I'm going to top them off here today. So it's just this bucket load and one more out there, and then a couple bales for the bulls, and that'll be it. I'm not going to be doing a hell of a lot today with this cold friggin' weather. Call me soft, call me old, call me fat, I don't care. I'm fat, I'm old, and I'm soft. There. I don't need to work in minus 40. Get everything done that needs to be done, and that's about it. How's that sound? So make sure that the animals are looked after, that they're fed proper. Lots of good feed will keep them warm. And yeah, tomorrow's another day. So I'll bring you guys back here in a little bit once I got these girls fed up. Here, I'll show you something. These girls aren't even all that hungry. Yesterday they got 4 bucket loads. They're not even really coming into it. This is my second bucket load. I still got to fill that bunk there. And yeah, they're not even hungry this morning, which is really quite surprising. They're just kind of out enjoying the sunshine, sunning themselves. And back this way on the bedding pack, I see 1, 2, 3 deer for sure. What they're munching on, I have no idea, but that's a mama and 2 Bambis right there. They're cleaning up on whatever grain might have been in that straw bales, I guess. Anyways, one more bucket load and we'll have her cased out here. So talk to y'all later. Alrighty guys, so that cable's pretty friggin' loose, ain't it? So one of the problems why this cable is so loose is this fence line feed section. I built it in 2 pieces, and the one piece is overlapping the other piece right here. It's not supposed to be like that. So I got to take cable out, and to keep that from getting shifted, bumped and overlapping, I got this pipe with that collar. Slide him in there, and the other piece, if it will fit, I haven't tried it yet because I got to move the one out of the way. slide it in there, and then put the two, well, basically put the two together, and that'll keep it in line. I have a second piece for the bottom, but I'm sure the bottom is so full of friggin' dirt and crap, and it'll be frozen in there that I won't be able to get it. But anyways, if I can get the top in line, that's really all I need. So I'm just going to work it undoing my turnbuckle on this end. And then we can take the cable out, and I'm actually going to put the tightener, instead of it being at this end, I'm going to put it at that end. I'm going to reverse our cable, and then we'll see what happens after that. Okay, I'm going to get to work, get this done. It is cold. It doesn't feel as cold as they say it is. Like, they're saying basically minus 30 right now, but there's no sundogs or nothing, and usually when it's this cold there'd be sundogs, but there ain't. The animals aren't going crazy looking for shelter or nothing. They're just enjoying the sunlight. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get this done. We'll talk to you guys later. Alrighty guys, well, let me tell you, this is turning into be a bit of a job. One guy by himself. Lining those two pieces up with that pipe that I got going on there. Yeah, not that friggin' easy. But I've got it in there. So now I think I should be able to push this one section into position just with the tractor without losing it, I hope. Yeah, it's gonna be a cunt. Okay, I gotta monkey with this a little bit more, and it might take more than one hand, so I'll talk to you guys later. Alrighty, well, we got her. That'll hold the two pieces so they can't overlap. It won't hold the bottom, so it doesn't do that, but I'm not too worried about that, realistically. Basically, I run a chain on that end and a chain on this end. That'll hold them together. I'll wiggle these so they line up evenly with each other. And then we just got to rerun our cable. So we just about got her cased here, guys. Bring it back here in a little bit. Alrighty, guys. Got my chain back on here. So that holds that point. In the middle, I just tied it with a rope at this point here. And then there's a chain on that end. My cable. Excuse me. And I don't know for sure yet, but I'm thinking I'm going to be putting our replacement heifers from that corral there in what we call corral 1, which is this one, just like we did last year. And that's why the cable is at this lower setting. If we change our minds and we end up putting our first time and second time calving heifers in here, then I'll have to move the cable to this point 6 inches higher just to give them a little more neck space. Anywho, that's all that's to her. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go for today because we got company coming here about 3:30 this afternoon. So have a good one, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Yep, she's cold. Another brutal cold one. Minus 42 at 6 o'clock this morning, and that stayed at minus 42 until, well, that's with wind chill. And that's how it was until basically 9 o'clock. Right now it's minus 40. It's 10 o'clock. Maybe even 10:30. It's minus 40 with wind chill, and there's virtually no wind. So that tells you how cold it is. In the wintertime, I look at wind chill values. I don't... Actual temperature is one thing, but that wind chill does play a major factor on everything. Believe it or not, and a lot of guys will disagree with me, but that wind chill actually plays a factor in the steel. Like your loader frames, your all steel components. I've learned over the years that wind chill factor does make a difference, even on how the tractor it runs. Excuse me. Like Big Blue here generally is who we use for feeding all the cattle, but Big Blue here, if he's plugged outside and not plugged in, and you have a wind chill value, let's say of minus 20 or 25, he'll start with a glow plug, but he starts really hard. And if I drive him inside the shop out of the wind, he fires right up as if it was plugged in. And my shop is not heated. So wind chill factor does make a difference, even on these guys. Hydraulic systems freeze up. Hydraulic hoses break easier with a wind chill value of minus 40 versus minus 20. Some guys will say, no, there's no difference. The temperature is the temperature. No, that's where you're wrong. I don't know what Mocha Dog sees, but she's barking at something. She sees something out there. We'll be heading out there shortly. I think there's a Yodi out there. Way out there. Just this side of where we're feeding cows. We'll find out soon enough. Now I did have Big Blue plugged in, both engine and transmission, and he was in the shop. And this morning we also have one of our water bowls, our electric water bowls, froze up. There's heat in there, but the float froze shut. How about that one? Having it froze up with it closed is better than the alternative, because then it would have flooded the fucking corral and we'd have a skating rink. So, but our wood-fired water bowl or water tank, he's completely thawed out and he wasn't froze up at all. We did start the fire in it this morning. The fire did burn out, but it was still warm. You can see the smoke over there. And like I said, there's next to no wind. You can see that by the smoke coming off the chimney of the wood-heated water tank. So, it's cold. Anywho, we'll finish up we'll haul feed out to them cows in the bush pasture, and I'll bring you guys back later. I don't know if you guys can make that out, but you can just kind of sort of see it. Steam coming off of the pile, the bucket load that I got going on here. Means the feed is warm. Not very warm, it's not much, but there's a little bit there. The mess that the deer made. For some reason, they're going after those ones a lot more than those ones. But they are going on top a little bit, but not bad. Anyway, continue on. Alrighty guys, so cows in the bush are all dealt with. You know the water's warm when it's steaming. Oh yeah, she's warm. One thing I want to say about this thing, if I haven't said it before, I'm going to say it now. What I've noticed with these heifers, this water, if the fire goes out, water's obviously going to get cold, especially when it's minus 30 and minus 40. Those heifers will almost stand here and wait. Even though the water's not froze, if it's ice cold, they'll wait until I start a fire and the water warms up, and then they'll start drinking. They prefer, when it's cold, warm water over cold water. They drink more when it's warm too, I noticed. I think they're drinking more. We'll close that off a little bit. There. But the water is, and you can see how much steam is coming off there, right? Our corral is complete. That end, I cut pipes and we closed it off. That last 15 feet with steel rail, 4 steel rails. So over here we have all our continuous panel that we built, our double gates, 90 feet of fence line, and then another 15 feet of steel rail right in the corner. I just brought the feed bunk that they were on and dumped it, and I'm gonna let them rummage around in that stuff, and they can kick it around and spread it around and play with it and sleep on it, whatever the hell they want to do. So we're gonna pull the feed bunk out of here, and somebody had made a comment earlier. Always thought about, and I've done it, feeding cows with bunks like what I've got, only put a full floor in them. Well, and I did make the comment back, I actually build them that way. This is one of them right here. A couple of the boards are broken in it right there, but full floor bunk. So yeah, but these heifers had this one. And the other 4 foot that I got, 4 foot wide. This one's 6 feet wide. And the other 4 foot wide bunk, it's sitting in a snowbank. I haven't dug it out. That'll come in time, I guess. And yes, fill the bunk, take a bucket load of feed, pull the bunk out there with a bucket load of feed, I would cut down my feeding time and my trips by one whole trip, actually. I'm not denying it. He's right, I would. I've done it in the past. That's how we used to feed all the time. Anyway, let's get this bunk out of here. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Alrighty guys, so yeah, I'm still hauling cut feed. Got that feeder out of here, then kind of scraped up the area where it was, then went and gave CP a hand, hauling wood into the house for our wood heater in the house. Brought a bunch of wood up from out in the bush to cut up for that guy, and now I'm bringing a couple bucket loads to these girls. So I could actually feed them, like in that feed bunk that I got, we would put 2 bucket loads in it and it would be full. Well, now I can feed them like 3 or 4 bucket loads with fence line feed. It's just, you gotta friggin' push it up every day. Not that that's that big a deal, because here I have plenty of room where I can use the tractor, right? And in conjunction to that, if I want to give my young heifers here, once they calved out, if I want to be able to give them a little bit of grain to aid in milk production, because they are heifers, I can top dress this with grain. The Bobcat would be faster at pushing the feed up. I'm not going to deny it, but I don't got him running right now, so we're just going to use the tractor for now. Anyway, I'll get this pushed up and I'll bring you guys back. Alrighty, so we got 19 head in here, and they would all fit in this area, and there's still 30 feet that is not being used at this point. So realistically speaking, yeah, that's basically 20. They would all fit easily in this area that I spread the feed out in. And I'm not at the very end. I'm about 6-7 feet from the end, maybe 8. But anyways, so yeah, we could easily put another 15 head in here. And these are basically on average 1,100 to 1,200 pound animals right now. So yeah, we could easily have, I would say, 35 to even 40 head in here on this fence line feed system. Ugh. There. Anyways, gives you an idea of how it's gonna work. I'm sure I've got enough for this video for you guys, so I'm gonna let you all go. Have a good one. This is still friggin', it's like noon right now, and it's minus friggin' 38 still. So it's crazy. But Fun, fun, fun. Let's get her done. We'll catch y'all later. Houston, we have a problem. The watchdogs you sent us are right there. And they're not doing their goddamn job. The friggin' deer are all through there. They're just going back and forth from bales, which you can't see the cut feed pile for the trees. But yeah. And these guys are just hanging out, enjoying the sun. Cold weather, but they're out of the wind, and yeah. There's another one. Couple more.